Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
He was brought down by Bud Dupree. Brings up 3rd down.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
I'm going back to you.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Here we go.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. 30. The 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson eluding the pressure right. Past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all it does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
A 28-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here we go. Not a roof. Watch it, he's time to win. It's time to run. Hey, watch it, watch it. A little flare, flare. Check 24. 6 guys. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check. Undercross.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's McCoy. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 37.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
55, Mike, 55.
On 1st and 10, McCoy. Open man is Switzer, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And the Steeler first down.
Check 55. Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check 13. Check 13. Let's go. Hey, 55. 55.
On 1st down, Drake. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be fielded at the 8. They find some open field here. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
A give running right. Drake. Busts through the tackle. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mike 48, Mike 48.
On 2nd and 11 now. McCoy, Washington's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33.
A gain of 14. First down, Pittsburgh.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Switch. Check. Crunch. Shift.
From the gun, it's Drake. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Showing up. Check. Check nickel. Check 99. Watch out.
Now a draw play with Drake. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now McCoy. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game. And he's got daylight. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zach Ertz. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, Those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Tucker now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's going to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Now Drake. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 43. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. A good pickup there, a 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. McCoy, and that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, McCoy. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. On 4th down, McCoy. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
On first down, McCoy. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. McCoy. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Throwing on third and long. McCoy. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And the pressure gets to him again. Larry Ogunjobi. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They run the counter. Hutchins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he connects with Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Miller. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run. A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You got it. At the 35-yard line. You got it. 56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hutchins. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They're going to run this with a tight end. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
55. Twist. Jam. Big ass. Go. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check three, check three, check three. Shoot.
On first down, it's Drake, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Not today.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, McCoy, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On 4th down, McCoy. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Check 43. Time on. Sponge. No. Go back. We got motion. Back up. Check 40.
Running for the shotgun with Drake. And an alley to run. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
It's our time. Share. Watch twins.
And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Taylor. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
At the 43-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, watch the slant.
They'll run on first down. Hutchins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Right back to him on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Ready? Right. Check. 59. 59. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hutchins, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Taylor on 3rd down, throws incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A carry here for the big tight end. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Here we go.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they give to Tomlinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go, D.
On 3rd down, Hutchins. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Recon, 132,
They'll run with Drake. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
60 out, boss.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3.